Jean Henderson Pierre, the beer and TV rambling and gambling on this chilly day. It's cold, it's brisk outside. Looking at Milwaukee's Best ICE. 5.9% ABV by volume. Came out in 1994. Part of the ice beer movement, as we've seen back in 1994, the ice beer craze that was all the rage. As you can see, I had my beer in the freezer a little too long, but that's kind of the way you want your ice beers or your high gravity lagers to be, super ice cold. So I purchased this when I was home in New Jersey. Milwaukee's Best. Milwaukee's Best Ice. I hope I said Milwaukee's Best Ice. Um, this beer I purchased back in I purchased back in New Jersey and went home for Christmas. Um, it was a dollar something and change. I bought this for, and there was of course Milwaukee's Best is pretty much everywhere. You see the lager, the premium Milwaukee's Best premium beer, and of course Milwaukee's Best Light. All of them have all of them are pretty much around in the Mobile area, or I should say throughout anywhere in the United States if you can find it. Also the ice version of this beer, but unfortunately here we don't get the ice version. And I think someone who told me that they do have it up in Daphne, Alabama, says they have it, but I went there and I didn't see it whatsoever. So, um, but just the Milwaukee's Best Premium and the Milwaukee's Best Light is the two we get commonly here in Alabama, and probably is common out where you are in your area. At 5.9, people can say maybe it's more of a malt liquor, or excuse me, a high gravity beer than a lager, high gravity lager, but kind of the same standard um, as natural ice. I would more consider the ice was more of a lager than a high gravity beer. The 5.9% is pretty light. That's just my opinion. Um, to me, I feel so. Again, the ones that are 5.9% natural light, the natural ice is at 5.9% by Anheuser Busch, as well as Busch Ice, which is 5.9%. Um, let's see, Coors has Keystone Ice, of course, the little brother or big brother, or little sister, whatever, of Keystone Light, the ice version. That's also at 5.9%. And trying to think of anything else is also fine. Yes, and Old Milwaukee Ice, which I did a review on, that's also at 5.9%. Um, of course, made by Pabst Brewery. So, so of course, the ice beer craze was all the rage in 1993. Molson says they were the first to put out the ice beer in North America with Molson Ice, but Labatt says no, they were the first to patent the ice beer. So, which they say they take claim with Labatt Ice. But in the United States, the one that really did well, that really kind of started it all, really the explosion of it was Ice House, and then many others began to follow suit. As I mentioned, all the other breweries, Anheuser Busch with Bud Ice and Natural Ice and Busch Ice, um, Old Milwaukee Ice. It's original Old Milwaukee. You had Miller Lite. At one point, it was Miller had Miller Lite Ice. The ice version of Miller Lite, which was sort of discontinued for reasons unknown to many. Um, um, yeah, Old Milwaukee Ice, and even some of the malt liquors had ice versions, ice beers. Schlitz Bull Ice has an ice version, which I haven't tried yet, and I'm going to be on the lookout for that when I guess I go back home again, or maybe go to Georgia. Maybe there was a lot of Schlitz Gold Bull, and many other beers that I saw um, on my way back. So Very refreshing beer. Compare this with anything. Compare this with cheese and whatnot. Hold on a second. Stand by. Yes, princess. Yes, princess. Doing something on my laptop. You're right there. I had to take care of my parental duties just now. Anyhow, not going to go on and on about this. This is a very refreshing beer to have. Very easy drinking, very smooth. Pizza, wings, um, uh, any bar pub fare, typical finger food that you can nibble on. It will be great. We'll go easy with this beer, and it's a good refreshing beer after work beverage or something. Just relax because everybody wants a lager. People want to say, "Well, I want something this. Give me this. I want something more smooth, more refined." But at the end of the day, we all want something cold, refreshing to knock back, particularly on a warm spring day or on a, you know, um, or if we're out doing the grass or any hard meant work outside. Like I said, great with this beer will go great with chili. So um, I've this is my first time having this, and I'm really am enjoying this beer a lot. Unfortunately, I can't get it here in the Mobile area, so I would have to go to Louisiana to get it. Those the closest place, or maybe go head up to Georgia to get it, um, which is unfortunate, but that's kind of how it is, you know. Um, so, um, but this is quite good, quite easygoing, quite refreshing of the ice beers. But I would say the ones I tend to get more and I get frequently again is Bud Ice and Ice House and Natural Ice. And I would probably lean towards more with Bud Ice and probably Ice House is probably my two favorite ice beers that I would consume more on a daily basis. And then the ones I did a review of like Old Milwaukee Ice or this because again I don't see this often. I don't get this often on both of them. So this is really good, very refreshing. I'm gonna enjoy this beer for a little bit. I'm gonna give this ice beer a solid 9. This is real good for the style, the taste. I think it's very easygoing. I like it a lot, and Milwaukee's Best does a pretty good job with this one. And Miller, of course, is made by Miller Brewing Company, and you know, very budgeted, very reasonably priced. This was like a can was like a dollar and change, $1.10 in New Jersey. I'm sure other places where you can get this is probably less, about the same, maybe $1.50. Who knows, for a 24-ounce can of this. Um, so I'll try it. But anyhow, it's a solid 9 for me. Won't go on. Great, good, very good ice beer. John Anderson Pierre, the beer and TV man will tell you to keep on watching. And as always, cheers.